I'm sorry I haven't been able to post on this channel a lot recently. This has been mainly down to me having to do schoolwork and be busy with exams and had to put it as a priority. Fortunately, in this time, I've still been able to go to the gym, and in my time off, I managed to hit a 100 kg bench, which is something I'm very proud of. The 100 kg bench is quite a nice milestone for a gym goer to reach. It's something I'd been aiming for from the start of my journey, and I'm extremely happy to have got it. It only took me a total of 9 months to get to this milestone, which is quite a nice amount of time, and I think the progress was one which I enjoyed, and I think I could have got there quicker by doing some changes. And in this video, I want to talk about some of the changes that I would have made to make the process faster, and also talk about some of the weights I lifted on my way to getting this 100 kg bench. So, if a lot of you might not know this, but from the start of my gym journey, I'd always noted down my sets, reps and stuff like that. This is something I saw in a video suggesting me to do because it's easier to progressively overload and thus make more improvement in a gym. So I've looked through and I've made some notes of some bench marks on the way to this 100 kg bench. I just want to talk through some of them. So my first ever bench press was on the 6th of August 2022. And on this day, I did 30 kilograms for 10 for 4 sets, sorry. This is quite a nice foundation, but I found it quite easy because I put an arrow on it, which suggests I need to go up the weight. So then 4 days later, oh yeah, I'd like to mention that at this time I was doing bench practically every day. I would not recommend that. I suggest doing it maximum 2 times a week. I think this will give your chest more time to rest and be stronger for the next time you do it. So that's one thing I would have changed personally. So only 4 days later, I did bench again then for 40 kg for 5 sets, and 5 sets is too many, I think. At the time, I thought that more sets equals to more progress, so I was doing a lot more sets of your benches, squats and deadlifts and stuff like that. But looking back now, I wish I could have told myself to stick into just 4 sets, because that's the optimum and how I managed to improve when I'd done a little bit more research into it. So big recommendation is don't do more than 4 sets. I think that could be something that could have sped up my progress by some time. So next benchmark I want to talk about is the 50 kg mark. On where is it now? Bench. Oh, here we are. So on the 15th of August 2022, so only a fortnight later, not even a fortnight later, I did 50 kg for 10 for 2 sets and then for 9 in my last set. So this, I'd obviously done a bit more research and I'd started doing less sets, which is a good thing, and I'm happy I did that quite early on. So for this 50 kg, I hadn't done a lot of extra training apart from just in the gym doing here and there, and at the time I wasn't on any supplements. This is just all me. But then for ages then I was sticking in 45 kg because 50 kg was probably too much for me to do under control. And I think it's extremely important for you to keep control rather than just banging out sets and reps, because control is what gives you the gains to lift the heavier weights. So something I'd like to mention is that on my way to this 100 kg bench, I actually sprained a ligament in my ankle, and this put me out of the gym for about 2 weeks. So there's not much I could have done about that. I did it playing football. So I think had I not done this sprained ankle, I maybe could have got to the 100 kg mark slightly faster, but I was only out for 2 weeks, so it's not something I can really blame it on. So what should I do? So then next I want to talk about the 60 kg benchmark. So I hit the 60 kg bench for I did 50 for 4 sets, no, for 3 sets, I'm afraid, and I did 60 for 1 set at the end. I'd only done this for 7, so, well, I usually, at the time, was working in the 10 to 12 rep range, so doing 7 was a bit abnormal for me, but I think I just wanted to test out 60 kg for the first time. So after this, I think I dropped back down to 50 for ages then, until I could start to do 60 consistently. And then when I got 60 done consistently for the first time, I'd gone for my first ever bench PR. So I did my first ever bench PR on the 5th of November 2022, so only 3-4 months after starting my journey. So I've written down here that I managed to do 60, I'm afraid, 70 and 75. So after only 3 or 4 months of not too intense training, no supplements at all, just prioritizing sleep and eating a relatively healthy diet, I'd managed to get up to 75 kg, which is quite a respectable amount and something that's extremely doable for anyone watching this video. So obviously then I couldn't have done that for set, that was just 1. And 2 months later then, in November, or the end of November, coming into December, I was starting to do 70 kg for sets, which is quite a step up from the start, definitely. And to think I'd only done that in 6 months, with the couple of injuries I picked up in a time, they could have been a lot quicker, but hey ho. I'm not and I do go to the gym a lot, I won't lie, but it's not my main priority, the gym. So if you made this your main priority, you could definitely get it much quicker than me. So then, what should I do here now? So next then was my next PR, my next note here, sorry, is my next bench PR, which was on the 16th of February 2023. So on this day then, I'd got a much higher weight. So I did 80 for 2, I did 90 for 1. So on this day I thought I'd get 100, which was a bit far, because I couldn't. So I did 80 for 2, 90 for 1, and then I failed 95 twice. So this wasn't ideal, because I thought I'd get the 100 kg bench, but I was I overestimated myself, to be honest. So on this day I was a bit disappointed, so I set a date then of the 26th of April 2023. I was going to try 100 kg bench, which was a chest and back day, a Wednesday. So in this time I was training in a much lower rep range, because I was desperate to get to this 100 kg bench. and thankfully then I got there. However, I did do it a little bit early. So to explain why I did it early, the day before, one of my friends hit 100 kg bench, which made me a little bit jealous because I was quite confident then I could have probably done it. So then on the 12th of April 2023, I don't know if you can see there, I did the, where is it now, 100 for 1 right there, which was something I was extremely proud of because I'd been working to get there for such a long time. So I did film it, so I will put the video at the end of me getting this 100 kg bench because it's a video that I will treasure for a long time because I think it's such a nice milestone to meet in the in your gym journey. So overall, some of the things that I would have changed to get to my PR sooner would be to work till failure a bit earlier. So it's extremely important to work with intensity and work with it to or close to failure with most sets you do, especially the last sets you do in exercise. And next thing I would tell my past self to do was to lower the volume. Doing 5 sets on the bench in one day was excessive, and then going to do that again the next day was extremely far-fetched, and I think I probably could have got there a bit sooner had I realised this. Ideally then I wouldn't have, you know, torn a ligament in my ankle, but that couldn't have been helped. And also at Christmas then I got my first ever creatine, which it was extremely helpful, and I highly recommend it because I've built so much more muscle by using creatine than had I not used creatine. I think it's hard to tell, but I would 100% recommend it. And apart from that, the only supplements I take are ZMA before bed and essential omega-3s from Myprotein. Here they are. So these, I recommend these, but they're not going to help you get 100 kg bench really, nor will the sleep ones really, but creatine from Myprotein, highly recommend it. So that concludes it for this video. I know it's a slightly longer one than usual, but I wanted to talk through my whole process of getting to 100 kg bench, and I hope that you can take some of my mistakes on board with you and deal with them sooner so that you can reach this 100 kg bench in less than 9 months, because that is a very doable goal in my opinion. So I'm going to put the video now of my 100 kg bench. It went up quite nicely. I focused on my form when I did it. It wasn't just a boom, it was slowed down, and then I struggled on the way up. My friend didn't touch it, thankfully, because obviously I had to get a spot, and had he touched it I'd have murdered him because I knew I was going to get it 100% without doubt. So thanks for watching, and here it is. On 3 yet? Ready? Yeah. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Go on, go on.